Hi math class. This is our last topic in this unit. It's solving problems with rational expressions. And all I'm going to do is show you how to do 2 or 3 types of questions and then ask you those types of questions. Okay, we're going to finish this week with a unit assignment. So let's take a look at this first type of problem. Real classic high school math question. It involves 2 people working together. How much time will it take? So let's break this down here. Adam's going to take 2 hours to paint a room. It takes Betty 3 hours to paint the same room. How much time will it take if they work together? Now I'm going to show you how you can organize this information and put it together. I think it'll be pretty confusing if you don't follow along. And even if it's still confusing by the end, as long as you know the steps and can do the steps, you're going to be able to solve questions like this. So let's have a look here. So I'm going to put it all in a table. It's pretty ugly. I made a mistake, but I hope it's all there. So I'm going to complete this table with you and show you how you can use the table to solve the problem. So in this first column of the table, I'm just writing how much time it takes. So it takes Adam 2 hours, it takes Betty 3 hours. The time it takes for them to paint the room together is what we're looking for. So I'm going to call that X. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little confusing, but bear with me here. I've got a column labeled the amount complete per hour. So you can think of like how much of a room has Adam finished in 1 hour? If it takes 2 hours for him to do it, he'll be half done in 1 hour. And similarly for Betty, she'll be about exactly 1/3 of the way done. Okay. Here's where it gets good. Per X hours, X is the total time it's going to take them both. Okay. If Adam gets half of a room done every hour, in X hours, it's going to be half a room every hour times X. Does that make sense? So every hour he gets half a room done. If it's X hours, you just multiply those two. That can look a lot nicer. That can be X over 2. And I'll just skip to the good part for Betty. It'll be 1/3 times X. Betty will be X over 3. Okay. Now, here's where it gets good again. They're working together. It takes X hours to paint the room. That's what we're going to find. So how many rooms have they painted together in X hours? 1. That's when they're done. Okay. So in X hours, Adam can do X over 2, Betty can do X over 3, but together they can paint 1 room. Okay. I like to think of this as, this one's kind of like their speed. This is their speed times their time. So this is how much they've done. These two added together have to equal 1. And that's actually how we're going to solve this. We just have to solve this equation. X over 2 plus X over 3 equals 1. Okay. That's the easy part. Solving it, getting it is the hard part. Again, watch this video as many times as you want. And even if it doesn't really make sense, the steps are going to be the same in the assignment. There'll be a time each of them take. You invert it, multiply by X, and then these two add together to get the task done. In this case, 1 room painted. Okay, if I asked you how much time would it take for them to paint 5 rooms, this would be a 5. But everything else would be the same. Okay, so we need to solve this little equation. Fractions are involved. We need a common denominator. 2 doesn't go into 3, but the lowest common multiple here is going to be 6. We'll get that if we multiply this guy top and bottom by 2, this guy top and bottom by 3. I'm going to get 3x over 6 plus 2x over 6 equals 1. This simplifies to 5x over 6 equals 1. Multiply both sides by 6. I'll finish it over here. I'm going to get 5x equals 6. X then will equal 6 over 5. Okay. If you prefer decimals, these are hours, right? Because back in our table was X hours. All right. This time column was all hours. Adam takes 3 hours. Adam takes 2 hours. Betty takes 3 hours. Together they take X hours. So 6 over 5 hours. It's 1.2 hours. All right. If you want to impress your friends, I think that's going to be 72 minutes. any of these I would take as correct.